Hello everybody and welcome back to my little channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Please ignore the lack of bed behind me. My bed actually broke last week. We have got another one on order. It should be coming tomorrow, so hopefully in next week's video it won't be the same background as this week, but at the minute this is what we are working with. If you haven't seen my face before, then hello, my name's Libby and I'm currently uploading videos twice a week on this channel. I am so happy you clicked on this video and I really hope you enjoy it. I think every Friday video since I started my channel in October last year has been a Disney inspired video, but this week my videos are not actually about Disney. I've decided to talk about other things in Florida, and I'm really excited because I'm actually starting a new series this week which will consist of 3 or 4 different videos, and they're all going to be about shopping in Florida and where I love to shop when I go to Orlando. So in today's video specifically, I'm going to talk about all the places which I make sure to go and shop in when I go to Florida, and then in upcoming Friday videos in the future I'm going to be showing you all the bits I've got from certain shops and what to expect from different shops, and just give you a bit of a try on haul of items that I've bought there previously so you can kind of get an idea of what different shops are like and then what ones may interest you. Let's go on to this week's video. It's no surprise that I love shopping. You've probably been able to tell by the last few videos I've been putting up. Whenever I go to Florida I make sure to pack my case as light as I possibly can so that I have the most room to buy as many things when I go out there. Honestly, shopping in America is just a completely different experience in total, and no matter how many times I travel to Florida, it's what I look forward to doing most because you can get so many different kind of bits and so many different kind of brands, and the prices out there are amazing. Here I'm going to list off 6 shopping places which I make sure to go to every time I visit Orlando, and my favorite shops they have in each specific place and why I think you guys would like them as well. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So I've actually split this list into 2 separate groups of 3 because I've got 3 mall areas as I would explain them, and then I've got 3 outlet areas. So the main thing I would say that splits up a mall from an outlet is probably their for sale items. When you go to an outlet, everything is on sale and most of the stuff is out of season wear, so stuff that's not very current anymore and wouldn't be in regular shops. So it's obviously you can get some really good deals here because they're just trying to sell up some old stock and basically sell off as much as they can. But in actual malls, this is where they sell all the current stuff, and although you may get some deals here and there, the majority of the stuff is new in and being sold for full price. So the first area I want to talk about is actually probably the most well-known area, especially if you're staying on Disney property when traveling to Florida, and this is Disney Springs. Now this has very recently been refurbished within the last 5 years or so I would say, and it honestly is such a lovely area to go to and shop in. Like anything in Disney World, there's obviously not a lot of sales going on here, and if you are planning on buying some stuff here then you will be spending quite a bit of money, but they have got a lot of lovely shops here, and I just overall really love going here in the evening to just have a walk around and browse in the shops. Loads of people go here because obviously, as I mentioned, it's on Disney property, so it's really easy to get to, and it also has a lot of restaurants here as well which are on the Disney dining plan, so it's really easy to get food and then go shopping as well. You can do everything in one place, which is really helpful. It's also a great place to go to if you're looking for specific Disney souvenirs because the chances are they will definitely have what you're looking for here. There's loads of different Disney shops that you can go in that splits up all the different stuff that they sell around all the parks, so it's a really useful area to go to if you're looking for one thing in particular and you haven't found it on your trips to the parks. But Disney Springs does also have a wide variety of other shops that aren't necessarily Disney stores, which is really nice as well because it means there's something for all the family. As I mentioned earlier, these are more expensive shops. There's not exactly any cheap shops there, but there are some really nice ones to still go and visit. The shops that I like to go in here are places like Sephora, Zara and Pandora, and that's only the beginning. There's a massive variety of places you can go and you can honestly spend a whole day shopping here. The next mall I want to talk about is again another very popular one. I know a lot of vloggers go here that I watch on their travels to Disney, especially Jade Billington, and this is the Florida Mall. Now I absolutely love the Florida Mall. It's a really good place to go to. Again, you could easily spend a day shopping here because it is absolutely huge, but they have a really good variety of stores and you can also pick up some really good deals in the shopping center as well, even though it is a mall and not an outlet. The first shop I always go in when we go to the Florida Mall is JCPenney's, and this is an amazing shop. I wish they had this in the UK. Basically, JCPenney's is a bit like a department store, but everything's on offer. You can get all sorts of stuff here, from sportswear to occasion wear to bedding to jewelry. The options are honestly endless here, and I just love browsing in here, but you can easily spend a lot of time in this one shop. So I normally have to limit myself to only half an hour in the shop because otherwise it gets completely out of hand. They also have a mini Sephora in JCPenney's as well, so that's really helpful too if you love makeup as I do. But other shops they have in the Florida Mall includes a garage, which I know Jade Billington loves, and I also have got a few bits from from there and I can say it's very, very good. And then they also have all your other normal shops there like American Eagle, Hollister and Abercrombie & Fitch. And not to mention also in the Florida Mall they have an amazing food court which has recently been done up. You can get all different cuisines there and it's served right on the spot, and it is just a really quick and easy way to get a tasty meal while you're in the middle of shopping. And the last shopping mall I want to quickly talk about in this section of the video is called the Mall of Millennia, and I absolutely love to go here. I normally go here on the very last day of my holiday before traveling to the airport, because if you're staying near Disney it is on the way to the airport, so it's a really good idea to stop in there before going on the plane, just to break your day up a bit and fill your time up on your last day if you've got nothing else to do. And I also like to do this on the last day because normally my case is pretty full and it keeps me from buying too much here, because the Mall of Millennia is an incredibly expensive shopping mall. If you love designer brands, this is a great place to go. It's got all the Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, you name it, it's got it there. So one side of the Mall of Millennia is all designer and then it gradually drifts into less expensive, more affordable brands, but they're still not exactly the cheapest. I'd say the more reasonable price shops here are on the same level as Urban Outfitters, so not particularly inexpensive but not way over the top at the same time, kind of in that middle ground. I really do like going here and you can get some really nice stuff here, but as far as deal and bargains go, there aren't many of them to see here, unfortunately. Another reason that it's great to go to the Mall of Millennia is because they actually do have a cheesecake factory here. This is the only place in Orlando where I've seen a cheesecake factory, but it's really worth a visit, especially if you love Italian food and big portioning. It's a must-do in my book. I absolutely love this place. I think it's one of my top places to eat in Florida. So if you're interested in that at all or just looking for somewhere new to check out, then definitely try out the Mall of Millennia. Right, now we're going to move on to my most favourite part of this video, which is the outlet. I'm sure it comes as no shock to you, but I really do love a bargain and getting a good deal on items. Saving money is honestly the best feeling ever, especially when you've got something really nice but you haven't had to pay full price on it. I absolutely love that feeling. Honestly, you just feel like you've won at life when you get something on offer or for a deal, and you can get loads of that in the outlets in Florida. So I've picked out 3 specific outlets which I always make sure to go to on my trip to Florida, but there is a lot dotted around in Orlando and many to choose from. These are just my 3 personal favorites. So the first one I'm going to talk about is very popular for people who again are staying on Disney, and I know the channel Disney in Detail go here a lot because I see it on their vlogs, and this is the premium outlets. And the main reason this is so popular for people staying on Disney property or staying near Disney is because it is literally on the opposite side of the road to the back entrance to Disney. So if you didn't know, Disney actually has 2 entrances. They have their main entrance which has the massive sign, and then they also have a back entrance which is very near to Disney Spring. On the opposite side of the road from the back entrance there is actually the premium outlets, and this is an absolutely huge shopping centre. I usually have to do this in a couple of days because it gets so overwhelming. There's so many different places to go and different routes to take, so I normally split this place up into different visits because there is just so much that it has to offer. It still is a really good place to go, especially if you like branded items. They've got a Converse and Vans shop here, which is where I get the majority of my shoes. They've got a massive Nike outlet here, as well as other stores like Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren, so there's loads to choose from here, and there's still loads more shops to talk about. The main issue I do come across with this outlet is the food court is in the centre, so you can easily walk around the inner perimeter of it, but then there's also shops on the outside as well, so it's very easy to get lost and forget where you started and what alleys you've already been down and then what ones you still got to go. It can get very confusing. I would definitely recommend taking a picture of the map before you start your travels, because it is very easy to get lost and not know where you've been and where you're going. But apart from that, it's an amazing place to go, and I would definitely recommend doing it, especially if you are staying near Disney, because it is so close to get to. One thing I quickly forgot to mention about the premium outlets, which I really want to include, is that make sure you don't go on a Sunday, because there is actually a church right next to it, and the traffic to get there is absolutely unbearable. You will be stuck in traffic for a significantly long amount of time if you go there on a Sunday, and it's really not worth it because there's so many other places to go to. So if you don't want to go shopping on a Sunday, go to any of these other places, just don't go to the premium outlets because it is definitely not worth it. It will be heaving and you just overall won't enjoy yourself there. But anyway, let's move on to the next outlet, which I'm going to talk about now. The next outlet I want to talk about is my personal favorite of the bunch, and this is called the Prime outlet, and it actually used to be called the Belts, and I don't know why they changed it because the Prime is very similar to the Premium, which is the outlet we just spoke about, and it's very easy to get confused over. So the Prime outlets is actually located at the end of International Drive. This outlet is very similar to the Premium outlets, but it's just got a lot better shops in my personal opinion. The main reason I love this outlet is because it's got a Victoria's Secret outlet shop where you can get some amazing deals. The body sprays that I pick up from Victoria's Secret you can get here for literally $3 each, which is literally insane when they're normally normally $18 in a standard Victoria's Secret shop. So if you love all things Victoria's Secret, I would definitely recommend to go here. Not only do they have body sprays, they've got all the apparel, all the underwear, all the accessories, anything you could possibly want. As I mentioned earlier, these are normally the ones that are out of season, but I normally don't have a problem with that at all. I personally just love getting a good deal. The only downside with this Victoria's Secret outlet, unfortunately, is that everything's separated into these big bins. And for example, if you were searching for a bra and you found one that you really like, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to get a matching set, because when things are sold out in the store, then they're sold out and there's literally no way of getting it back because it's the end of stock, and they just keep bringing in new stuff rather than replenishing the old stuff, if that makes sense. Other shops that they've got here which I really like is they've got a Champions outlet as well. How could you not love Champion, especially when they're selling it at very reasonable prices? It's definitely worth a visit. And they've also got a Calvin Klein outlet here too, where you can get some very, very good stuff. So I might be a bit biased, but out of all the locations I'm talking about in today's video, I would definitely recommend going here if you've got the chance. I know it's a bit further out the way for many people, but it's definitely worth visiting. And the last outlet I want to speak about is actually much smaller than the previous two ones I've spoken about, but it's still definitely worth a visit. And this is the Lake Buena Vista outlets on Lake Buena Vista, obviously. As I mentioned, this is a much smaller outlet, but that's quite nice in a sense because it means you can get it done in a few hours and go in all the shops and just take your time doing so. And they have got some really good shops and really good deals going on in this outlet. One shop which I really love but is really random, they've actually got a Gap here which sells some really good basic pieces. I love to go in here. You can literally get some tops for about $3 each, and it's just definitely worth a visit if you want to top up on some basic wear. I know Gap in the UK really isn't worth it, but it's very different in the States, and they actually do sell some quite stylish pieces there. Other shops that they've got here which I really love, they've got a Tommy Hilfiger here, which is a massive shop considering it's such a tiny outlet, as well as a Timberland and another Calvin Klein, and you can get some really good deals here, and it's really worth a visit if you're thinking about going somewhere but don't want to dedicate a whole day to going or quite a lot of your day to going. It's really simple to get to and you'll definitely pick up some bargains. That's all I've got to say for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. There's loads and loads of places to shop in Orlando, but these are my 6 top places I'd recommend to friends or people that I knew were going. So I really hope this video helped you in one way or another. One quick tip I want to say about shopping if you're planning your shopping days out to Florida is that I would definitely recommend going to them as near as the end of the month as you can, just because normally they drop prices even more at the end of the month because they want to try and sell as much stuff before the month is over. This obviously mostly relates to outlets, but sometimes you can get a really good deal in normal malls as well. Also, if you're going out to Florida over specific holidays such as Labor Day, the 4th of July or Black Friday, that's another opportunity where you can pick up some really good deals if you go out on shopping that specific day or over that specific weekend. Usually the prices are the same in the outlets and regular discounts apply, but when you get to checkout, if it's on this specific day or weekend, they normally end up dropping the prices even more, so you can literally buy some stuff for pennies, which is crazy. I literally don't know how they do it. So there's a quick tip to mention to you if you are planning on traveling over holidays like that or near an end of the month. Definitely try and book your shopping sprees in this time period. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please let me know by giving it a like and also leaving me a comment in the description. If you have any questions, please just leave them in the description and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. And if you want to see more from me in the future, then please feel free to subscribe. As I mentioned at the start of this video, I am currently uploading twice a week. On a Monday I upload either a beauty, fashion or lifestyle video, and on a Friday I upload a Disney/Florida themed video like today. So I've already got quite a selection of Disney videos on this channel already, so if you're interested in that at all, I'll leave a playlist in this video now. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe and I will see you guys very, very soon on Monday's video. Bye!